Hi, my room's a mess and so am I. So recently I've undertaken the somewhat monumental task of cleaning up my room, which was in fact my New Year's resolution at the start of January, which should give you a vague idea of just how bad things had gotten. What I basically have done is drawn a little map of my room and I've split it up into sections and I'm doing one section at a time. I've just completed the bookshelf section. The bookshelf section of my room looks great. Everything else abysmal. But yeah, hopefully I'm gonna go bam 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 around the room and eventually it will be an actual room again. I'll have room to move and live in it. Part of my end game is this desk over here behind me is gonna be sort of a writing studio for me so I can sit down and write my projects. And also, hopefully I'll be able to film videos up back there like I used to. So yeah, the old background from 2015 is gonna come back. How could this happen to me? Fond memories of that. And I think it'll be good to make that into a writing desk as well, because my writing desk at the moment is my bed, which, let's face it, is not the most productive place to work. You know, I could finish writing this chapter or this character bio or whatever it is I'm doing, or I could go to sleep. And I really like sleep. Anyway, as part of the whole tidying up and sorting out my room process, I found this box, which is full of sort of old story ideas that I've had. And that's basically the crux of what today's video is going to be, because as we all know, I'm on a quest for content, and this box, well, it's just gosh darn full of it. Oh, look at that. It's an old doodle that I did on the back of my school planner. I used to have a different doodle for every year. So here's the first thing I want to talk about. Back in the day, the Doctor Who website had its own comic maker that you could go on, and as a fan, you could just make your own Doctor Who comic. They had a bunch of character stickers that you could put in, and you mocked up your own comic. Speaking of mocking up your own comics, did I mention at all that I've written 2 comics this year, and you can find those on the channel My Superhero Universe? So this is Doctor Who Hunted. The BBC is not responsible for the contents of this comic, that's because I am, and this was 2008. We start off one night, we got a look at the Earth there, there's a guy on a beach, and he says something. This is some made up nonsense here. Some weird Cybermen looking people coming out of the ocean. Were they from the Christmas special? This character, the Cyberman Christmas special with the governor from The Walking Dead in it. And now we transport ourselves into the TARDIS, where the Doctor is having some musings here. I don't know if you can make out the text, it's not quite in focus there. He's thinking, time I got back to New Earth, the king is about to be shot. But then suddenly there's a big bang in the middle of the TARDIS, and one of these cyber creatures has come on board. I like the last 2 panels here. You are the Doctor, follow me. No. And then, oh, yeah, he has followed, after all. I have found him, Master. Listen, you got this all wrong. No, Doctor, I haven't. He's back with the mysterious guy on the beach from the start. For I am not just their Master. I am the Master. Fuck yes. I'm really digging this, actually. This is cool. And these are my followers, the Slaughterhoods. Cool. Trained to destroy. And the next thing they will destroy is you. And then it's just the Doctor surrounded by a bunch of these Slaughterhood guys that the Master has set upon him. And then, put a little next time page in, that's cool. I love that I went to the effort of making my own next time page. Jack, I need your help fast. Captain Jack's coming back, everyone. Maybe not in the actual show, but certainly in my old fanfiction. And then there's the Master in what looks like the library from the Vashta Narada episode. This time, Doctor, there's no way out. The end. I can see why I kept this actually, because I really enjoyed reading that. Short and sweet, that's generally a good sign, but don't be fooled everyone, because there is more. Doctor Who. The Hunters of Time by Thomas Jordan, Part 1. As usual, the Doctor is in trouble, but this time he can't escape in the TARDIS. He's up against a race who hunt and destroy time. The Doctor is time, the TARDIS is time. Will the Doctor manage to destroy them, or will it be the other way around? I should email this to Jodie Whittaker, see if I can get on the new series. But let's dive into it. Let's see what's happening here. A little bit of background on the War of Time, on the Time War. It was a planet that stood, only 2 Gallifreyans survived, the Doctor and the Master. Up until now, we thought that they were the only survivors, but no, there were more. Except they evolved from Time Lords to Time Hunters. Savage beasts who hunt items of time so they can destroy them. And now they are travelling to the planet Hampocker in pursuit of a small, intelligent blue box. The Doctor landed the TARDIS in Hampocker is a very strange name for a planet. I guess it's Doctor Who, so of course it is, but still. Hampocker? Where did that come from? The Doctor landed the TARDIS in Hampocker main town at the bottom of a building. The planet Hampocker is generally one big city. Oh, so it's Coruscant. So the citizens divided into segments. It's Coruscant. The segment the Doctor was in was the capital segment. The Doctor was also at that time crashed into by a skateboard and find himself on the ground face to face with a citizen. That's such a distinct way of writing. It's like the Doctor lands and suddenly a skateboard crash into you and then here's the thing and here's someone else and the story's happening now and you have no say over the matter. It had blue skin, enlarged fly eyes and sharp teeth. It was then yanked away by a gigantic bat. "Good lord," exclaimed the Doctor, as 3 more joined it. The middle bat narrowed its eyes and hissed, "Doctor!" "My cue to run," said the Doctor. He scampered into the tall building opposite the one the TARDIS was in. Classic Doctor Who trope is put the TARDIS out of action. It happens in... I'd be willing to bet there's at least 100 episodes where the TARDIS gets lost or destroyed, or the Doctor can't use it for whatever reason. He sprinted up the stone steps 3 at a time. He had noticed a horizontal pillar joining the rooftops together. The bat was so big it was knocking part of the stairs over as it chased the Doctor. The Doctor stared in awe and horror. Only way is up, he thought, still running. Soon the stairs came to a stop and there was a trapdoor in the ceiling. The Doctor flicked out his sonic screwdriver and opened the trapdoor before wedging himself out onto the roof. It was only now the Doctor realised that the pillar was just big enough for his 2 hands to fit around. Oh, not really a pillar then, more of a pole. The bat smashed up through the roof, taking no notice of the ready-made hole. The Doctor jumped on the pillar and started to make his way across the other side. He was almost there when the bat smashed into him and they both smashed into the building's side. "Well, I'm closer to the TARDIS," said the Doctor. "What do you think, guys? Have I got the Doctor's sense of humour down there?" I reckon that's something 10 would say. Just then, the bat started to go blurred and morphed into a Time Lord. Well, it looked like a Time Lord, but somehow hostile. Maybe it was the sharp teeth, yeah, that'd do it. "Who are you?" asked the Doctor. "We are the Time Hunters," answered the Time Hunter. "We seek time and destroy it." "Oh," said the Doctor. "Well, ta-ta then." The Doctor fled toward the stairs. 3 rats scampered around his feet as the chase continued. The Doctor flew through the doors of the TARDIS room, which I take to mean the room that the TARDIS is in, as opposed to the TARDIS itself. But 3 other Time Hunters materialised around the TARDIS and devoured it. Shit. The TARDIS has been eaten. The leader went over to join them. "I've told you what we do, Doctor," he said. They each pulled out guns and held the trigger. "We've already destroyed your TARDIS. Thank you for showing us where it was, by the way. Anyway, the TARDIS is gone, and Doctor, you are next on our list." End of part 1. I remember writing that. I remember really liking the idea of Time Hunters as a thing the Doctor has to face. These creatures that hunt and devour time-based relics, including him and the TARDIS. That's a cool idea, actually. I'm still on board with it. BBC are looking for writers for the season of Doctor Who after this current one. You know where to look. I do recall I used to write a heap of like Doctor Who fanfiction and make up my own creature designs as well. If I happen to come across those while I'm sorting out my room, I might do a future video where I just do that and see if I can find all the old creatures that I made up for Doctor Who. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see something like that, and let me know if you'd watch the Doctor Who episode with the Time Hunters or the one from the comic that I did on the Doctor Who website. Before I go, I've got another bit of fun news. I'm going to be performing some stand-up comedy tonight, in fact, which will be, by the time this goes up, that'll already have happened. But yeah, I entered into part of an open mic thing. I've got 3 minutes to fill, and so that's going to be fun. I'll let you know how it goes in the next video. But anyway, thank you for watching this one. If you liked it, like it. If you want to see more, subscribe. And hey, if you've already liked and subscribed, but you think you've got a friend who'd like this sort of stuff, then why not share it with them? But that's it from me, so thank you for watching this video, and as always, I will see you in my next one.
Don't turn your back, don't look away, and
don't blink, they won't even miss you at all.